different here in New York. Never mind that it's a little chillier, and here I am wearing a sweatshirt when I'm normally just sweating buckets. Not that I'm not going to get warm, but it is for sure a different temperature. There's just a breeze in the air and none of that humidity that you can touch. But there is definitely a hustle and a bustle and an energy about New York that, wow, if you've ever traveled anywhere, never mind somewhere that you've grown up and that you know so well, but if you travel anywhere and you know when you wake up the next morning, it just feels different. It smells different. Just something in the air is different. Some of it is in our mind because we're just somewhere completely different. And some of it is just really tangible. It is just a, wow, this is different. And I feel that especially like in the spring and the summer in New York. Oh my goodness, there's just really nothing like it. So if you've never visited New York, I literally can't recommend it enough. You have to come because New York's energy and the air and the people, all wonderful. I love New York. I love, like I said, the energy and the atmosphere and that sort of go, go, go. Anyone can do anything sort of mentality. But I will say, let's talk about three things that are maybe a little different moving from New York to Florida, and mostly about me and my mind shift. But I think that this is true generally, super generalizing here, from the Northeast sort of go, go, go culture, specifically New York, to somewhere in the South where there just is something that's a little bit more laid back. So being a professional here in New York, you go. You are up, you are ready, you are moving, you are grooving, and you're getting it done first thing in the morning. And, you know, the buses driving past and the ambulances whizzing past you with their sirens on, the cabs not really caring if you're in the way or not because they have somewhere to be. Just that I need to be somewhere sort of attitude and I need to be there yesterday. That grind culture, it's a lot. It's a lot. But you don't feel like it's a lot when you're doing it, right? It's just sort of a normal thing, to the point where in my 20s and 30s and into my 40s, I worked 2 full-time jobs, and up until, later in my 30s, I was going to school full-time. I mean, and no one even really batted an eyelash. That's just like what you do, to the point where it's like, holy Toledo, I'm just going to grind and grind and grind. Yeah, you are. And that's okay. It's expected. It's normal. It is what it is. And I will say that sort of mind shift moving to Florida is very different, where not that everyone doesn't get up to go to work and they don't take their work seriously, because they do. It's just different. Even in Central Florida, in the Orlando region, where you see people getting up and going and doing, wow, it feels very different than here in New York. And it's not that one is better than the other, it's just different. So that mind shift is something that I really do embrace. I do, especially going and going and going for so long and making it all work. And I'm happy for it. I'm glad that I did it. Everything in life teaches us something. But shifting that mindset a little bit to waking up in the morning and I don't have this hustle bustle chaos around me. But I do still love it when I come back here and think, oh my goodness, I miss this. And I do. But the beauty is I get to come back. I get to come back and visit my family. I get to come back, do some work, and then just soak up the energy. Because there is something infectious about the energy here. When I tell you New Yorkers can do anything, holy cow, we can do anything. And we don't even question it. Can I do that? Can I work 2 full-time jobs? Can I go to school? Can I raise my kids? Can I just continue to enjoy time with my friends? Yeah, let's figure it out. Let's do it. There's such a can-do attitude here that is really, really wonderful. But it does shift to, what does that mean as far as burnout? Burnout's real. I'm one human being, right? You are one human being. There's only so much we can do. So we have to be real about, can we hustle a little? Yeah. Do we need to hustle that much? Oof, that's a loaded question. I don't know. I don't think so. That's why I really enjoy the pace of where I live in Central Florida, the Winter Garden area. Just still a very can-do, let's push forward, we don't have to do it all at once. We don't have to do it all today. We don't have to push people out of our way to get it done. So just a little different. And that gets to point number 2, sort of that turning shift, that turning point. What's the turning point where you know, I think I need to do something different. I think I need to explore something different. And maybe that is this New York to Florida shift. Whatever it is for you, you know what it is, especially you women. We're in tune with ourselves enough to know this is the time, right? When we start exploring and we start thinking about it a little differently. And I know when we came down to Florida pretty frequently, right? To vacation, to visit family, those kind of things. It never did we think we would move here. You know, when I was part of the hustle and the grind and the doing, this is a great place to come and relax, but I'm not going to live here, right? I never considered that seriously. Then we started coming down just to think about what it might look like for the future. And let's look in just a little bit here and there. And honestly, 2020, it changed everything, right? So during the pandemic and the lockdown, and realizing how much work could get done remotely and how much I could take a step back and still accomplish and still help people and still do my job and still be productive and still have value, but not have to grind so hard all the time. That changed things. It just sort of made me rethink things, made me and my husband think about, well, what if we started looking to move a little sooner, or to at least explore? Like, it's sort of, what do we call it? We call it the think about stage. So we're going to think about thinking about it. They have sort of that pre-think about stage. So really it's just doing your research. And once we realized, when we came down here and would spend a week, you know, anywhere from like 4 or 5 days to a week in a certain location and just kind of feeling the vibe in Florida, it was very much like, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can start to shift. We can still do and be productive and be great at what it is that we do, but not necessarily have to be part of the daily grind in New York. There was that shift. And that's when it became real. That's when it became like, okay, I think we should do this. And I think if we feel those turning points in our lives, whatever they are, even if we don't do them, but ignoring it and not even doing the think about stage, not even doing the first steps, we're really not doing a service to ourselves. We're not being true to ourselves. And I think we owe it to ourselves to at least do the research, start to think about it, start to put ourselves out there and wonder, is this it? Maybe it could be. And for me, once we started, it was very much it. Like, I want this slower paced lifestyle, and still be able to do the things that I love, including my job, including helping people. I really feel like I do very meaningful work, and I don't want that to stop, but maybe I do want it to stop at the pace that it's going. So that was kind of the turning point, when it was, I can still do everything that means something to me, but maybe my values have shifted just a little bit where I don't have to do it at the expense of myself. That's really what it was. Because doing the meaningful work, being who we are, our core value system, all of that's the same, but that value system of, I don't have to put myself 6 feet under prematurely just to live what I consider to be my best life. And the beauty is that both places can really give you something that's fulfilling. Florida has brought me some peace and a sense of relaxed lifestyle and just, good morning, living a very different fast-paced hustle bustle lifestyle. And it's really brought me also some real joy living close to Disney. That is just the truth. Knowing that when I lived in New York, I would count down the days and think about, oh my gosh, okay, when are we going next? When can I fit in a weekend here or a week there? As ridiculous as that sounds, it brings me a sense of peace and joy now to say, I can go on Saturday night. I can pack up and maybe go work there for a few hours during the weekday. Love it. Love it. Because it's just a very different vibe, very different atmosphere. So the things that Florida has brought me, the slower paced lifestyle, the tranquility, being able to garden all year round. We're doing a video on that one day. You take a stick and you pop it in the ground, bam, it's blooming in Florida. Love it. but bring me things that are meaningful to me and that bring me joy. That's real. Love it. The thing about New York, though, is that resilience and that grit that it gave me, that's what gave me the courage to start again at 50, to say, you know what, I can do this. You can do this. You don't have to be locked to just one location just because A, this is where you've lived your whole life, and B, this is where your career is, and this is where your circle of friends are. You can absolutely like move and start over, and you can do it again. And that New York can do attitude, that really, it was really ingrained in me. It's still ingrained in me. It's always going to be a part of me, and it for sure taught me that I can do anything. I can do it. So love them both. Love Florida, love New York, and they're both always going to be a part of me. So tell me, what are things that have shaped you? Where you lived, who your role models are, family, values, your job, maybe all of it. Share. Let's discuss. Drop a comment and let me know. Have you ever taken the big plunge to move somewhere else, and have they both been a part of you? Thanks again for joining me on Fab 50s Florida. Even though it's Fab 50s New York, and it is gorgeous. This breeze is, wow, this is everything. See everyone tomorrow, again from New York.